Hey guys, it's Amy Sheffer here today with Reverse Confetti's Wednesday in the Works. Today I'm sharing how you can inlay a cross, or really any other design that you can come up with, into the Linked Circles cover panel. The idea to do a cross came to me back in December, but I thought it would be much better for Easter. So I'm excited to finally be able to share this. And in the meantime, my Distress Oxide inks arrived, and they happen to work beautifully for a stained glass looking background. I've pulled out all sorts of shimmer mediums that I haven't used in a while, if ever, so I'll also share the results of those experiments. To get started, you'll need 2 pieces of heavy white cardstock. I'm using smooth Bristol. I'm going to create 2 panels, one for the background, which will be loosely a sky and grass combination of colors, and then the other panel will be for the cross, with the white sort of gold shimmer look to it. Let's do the Distress Oxide background panel first. This was my first time getting to play with these inks, and I absolutely love them. I'm using mostly broken china and cracked pistachio with a little bit of wilted violet at the top and peeled paint at the bottom just to deepen up the color a little bit. I'm using ink blending tools to apply a liberal coating of ink, then spritzing with water and allowing the ink to just kind of react and do its thing. I repeat those steps until I'm happy with the overall look. You'll also see me smush the ink pad onto the craft mat, spritz the ink, and then dip the panel into the puddles of ink. You can also spritz the panel with water, let it sit a few seconds, and then lift up some of that color with a paper towel or cloth. The background that I did was kind of a combination of all of those different techniques. Keep in mind, though, that much of this background will be covered or obscured, so really it's just an overall effect that you're going for here. Next, for the white panel that will become the actual cross, all I've done for this is spritz it with a little bit of Iridescent Gold Glimmer Mist by Tattered Angels, and this just gives that white a nice sheer gold shimmer. I've used some pewter shimmer spritz on my lead panel. Both of these shimmer products were just in my stash. As I said earlier, I haven't used either of these very much, if at all, but they each gave me the effect that I was hoping for, in this case to give the lead cardstock a hint of metallic look to go with that overall stained glass effect. So I die cut the lead panel with the Linked Circles cover panel die, and then added some spray adhesive to the back and adhered that to the distressed inked panel. Now I'm going to die cut the cross panel with the Linked Circles cover panel die. Before removing your die cut panel from the die, put a little press and seal on the back. That will hold all the little pieces in place and make the whole inlaying process much quicker and much more easy. And thank you to Lori Willison and Jennifer McGuire for that tip. And now you're ready to inlay those cross pieces one by one. I've used a little liquid glue in each of those spaces. You want to make sure that those little white pieces are kind of pressed into their openings pretty securely. But for good measure, I have taken the whole panel after I finished putting the cross in there. I took the whole panel and ran it back through the die cutting machine one more time just to press that down really, really well. And so as I'm watching the playback on this video, I'm realizing that I did everything upside down. I actually intended for the bottom to be green and the purple to be at the top, kind of a sky and grass effect, but oh well, so be it. My last steps are to adhere 3 paper flowers to the center of the cross. I toyed with adding some vellum with a stamped sentiment to the front, but I just felt like it obscured the cross too much, so I ended up stamping an Easter sentiment on the inside instead. Around the paper flowers, I added some other reverse confetti die cuts, a couple of die cuts from the Leafy confetti cut set, and then a branch flower looking thing from the Flower Wraps confetti cut set. That little sweet tag also with a heart cutout, that is from the Flower Wrap confetti cut set too. So there you have it, an inlaid cross pattern in the Linked Circles cover panel. I can't wait to experiment with other patterns and shapes and maybe even other cover panels. Have a great rest of the week, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.